Hey Taurus, thanks for joining me. This is your first reading for 2022. So thanks for joining me and liking, sharing and subscribing because it helps me to keep this channel going. We're doing a bit more of a sort of free flow reading today with an initial few cards and then one for moving forward. Then we'll go through and clarify. So we've got one that just jumped out, and I'll talk about this as we move through. So the Prince of Wands here, the Prince of Wands, preparing ground in some ways. I always think of the Prince as that, preparing ground. It's a slow release here. We get the Magician coming forth. Upping your own ante is what I hear. This is pretty interesting, actually. Something in a period of preparation, or a period of having time. I guess a lot of people, I mean, in the last few years, a couple of years, I should say, or the last year, have had more time, possibly, to think about things. But anyway, we'll go through and clarify, as I said. But so the slow release of the work, of the chipping away, of the perseverance of this Prince of Discs is really paying off. Possibly not on a and maybe Taurus, you're not consciously aware of it yet, but you will be. Third card, Six of Wands. You can't really say anything more about the Six of Wands. It is a winning card. It's success. It's victory. Looking at old tarot decks, you know, it's the knight returning home and being seen to be of great service. It's the card of great success. And then moving forward, we have the Three of Discs, which is about collaborative projects. It's about building something new. It can be, you know, a new foundation of sorts in terms of what you're choosing to do or what you're involved with other people, collaborative efforts, all that kind of thing. So it's very interesting, Taurus. It has a lot of you know, it has a lot of success within this. Excuse me. So let's just clarify the for Taurians. This Prince, somewhere here in this time of either preparation or I do get review. It's actually, and I don't think you're consciously, it sort of sounds stupid to say that, but consciously aware of the benefits that this Prince of Discs, this period of time, has given you, because I see it as time. What it is actually giving you at some point is a new beginning of sorts. Certainly a new cycle begins here. Can we just have a look at the Magician because of that time? Can we look at the Magician, please? Interesting. We have the King. We have the King of Swords with the Magician. Interesting. Can we get a little bit more from that? It's I sort of hear like taking no prisoners here. I don't know why. Taurus. taking no prisoners. I don't know why, but we get the 8. Very mind. I just get from these here. It's very mental energy. It's as if you do at this current time have the capacity to think things into might sound a bit odd, think things into form in the way that you want things to be. We've got the 8 of Wands here. This is a really mental card, and it's a card of speed. So there's a look, it could be, something that you've been working away at for quite a while. Ideas in the pipeline coming into form. Taurus. 6 of Wands for Taurus, please, because there is a new cycle. I mean, this period of time astrologically, what was I thinking? Is the beginning of another, isn't it, with Venus star point that occurred on the 8th, and I just take snippets of information, but it is the beginning of a new 8-year cycle. So look back 8 years ago as the beginning of what has been going on the last 8 years, just as a sort of review, I guess. Look, with the 6 of Wands, we have the Tower coming out. This is an infusion, and I wouldn't be alarmed by that, an infusion of new information. And I suspect that it's this scenario is what I'm getting, is that you underestimate your own impact. You underestimate your impact on your world. And I think you're starting to see that. You're starting to see it, if you haven't already. And it is a new cycle. We get 2 cards coming out to clarify this setting up of new foundations here, or new works in progress. We get the 10 of discs, and then we get the Ace. We see that a whole cycle in some ways completed and about to begin a new one here, Taurus. And possibly this new cycle may well be about you being very aware of your place, of your impact on people in your life, all of that, which is good to be appreciated. Just see what Brian Froud's Pixie and Fairies, if they've got something for us. Something for us. Yes, they have. And something in this process that allows a level of moving forward with a clean slate. So you're not sort of taking anything with you into this new cycle, but it's definitely a new cycle. We have Death, beautiful card, transformation. Shedding what needs to be shed, and moving through into something new. We've got more clarity too. Iris of the Rainbows, the great handmaiden of the gods, clearing the mists, clearing the skyline so that we can see. It's also a card very similar to the 8 of Wands. We're speaking fast communication. We're talking messages coming through, directions coming through, new directions. And with that, the Singer of Healing, a beautiful card of light, a beautiful card All of them are, actually. I wish the light was a bit better because I love Iris of the Rainbows. There's a lot of blue and sort of indigo in that card. So all in all, looks pretty good. Pretty interesting. It's sort of like, know how good you are. Like, know how good you are. I mean, good and, Anywho, let's have a look. Journey map. Yeah. Journey map. We have this this prepubescent character. Now, we experience this sort of state many times in our lives. It's not just a prepubescent sort of stage, but we know that there's a inevitable natural organic change occurring, a change, a sort of morphing, a transmutation, you could say, happening. And there is a quiet excitement involved in this card. There's a period of feeling quite calm, in a sort of calm anticipation, knowing that this is happening, whether we can't change it, we can't stop it, we're part of it, it's happening. It's just a really fundamental thing. With that, we have the beautiful whale. I love this card. And within those deep depths, watery depths, there's a huge level of peace, and any extraneous annoyances or external noises or demands or obligations become quite muffled in this state where we are in the great depths of this ocean as the whale, and we are quite able and in our element to go quite deep. We always resurface. So it's a time of it's just like there's a lot of, I guess there's a lot going on in this because there's a new cycle beginning. There's a lot of information coming through. You're shedding some old stuff, and you're actually getting this recognition at the same time. So it's pretty amazing, Taurus. So I think that's about it. So thanks for joining me. Take good care, and we'll see you soon. Take good care. Bye, Taurus. Cheery.